Going on, everyone? We are here doing our TAS Power Hour. This time it's not Shaffer.
No.
It's the Sugar Man. What's up, brother?
It's going good. Yeah, having fun.
Hot?
Hot. Very hot.
Very hot, right?
Humid.
For anyone that's wondering, we're here in Mexico, and Chris is still in Texas. He could have been here.
Which in my defense, is just as hot as Mexico. So
probably. It's actually humid here.
Yeah,
very humid. Actually have a pool about 100 feet away and a little swim-up bar. So a little different than where you're sitting right now, Chris.
Yeah, it's good times.
I have a dog.
Yeah, so we're actually
and a lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we do. We miss our dogs.
Oh yeah, I just got a video this morning from my my pet sitter giving me how Brody's doing with some videos of Brody.
Yeah. I get no updates from my my staff member that's watching it. He's running around the warehouse.
So here's what I want to do. I want to let everyone know that we had a little technical difficulty getting on here, but we're connected through a hotspot in Dom's phone today, which is kind of cool. So what we're going to do, Chris, I want you to give me updates on what's been going on in the new brand, because you and I haven't really been able to talk much about that. And I figured while we're here connected, you can actually give me a little bit of an update. And before we do that, though, let's not give it all away. Just want to let everyone know, if you guys have any questions, put them in there. We're gonna stick to the schedule here. We might be in Mexico, but we're still gonna do a little TAS Power Hour.
Dedication. We don't miss it. We got too many listeners out there now.
Yeah, this is good. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. Also, maybe just let us know that you can hear us okay. Put it in the comments, share it, like it, all that fun stuff. Chris, did you post this in the Facebook fan page as well? Should we do that?
No, I had through Blue Jeans. I can only post it directly to the group, so it's in the group.
Oh, okay. But can we repost that link in the fan page?
Said group.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, cool. So you want to go ahead and give your spiel, like what's going up, or what's going on, and what's how's today gonna work today? Hey, we should do a cheers.
Mojitos. Cheers to Chris Shaffer watching the Penguins game yesterday.
I got some agua.
Agua.
No, Scott, yeah, let's do that. I mean, there is a little bit of news that came out this week, but not a whole lot. So I'm curious to see what some of the reactions are from people. I'm trying to make sure that we're actually live. So guys, before we kick this off, let us know that you can hear us. It looks like there's about 20 of you guys hanging out with us right now. So do me a favor, give us a thumbs up, a smiley face, a Mr. Yuck, or just leave us a comment to let us know that you can hear us. Because if we're talking to ourselves, we're more than happy to do that, but we'd much rather share this content with you guys as well. Andrew Bach says, what's the most products you've ever launched at once? And I think we are coming close to that record here, Scott. And that's one of the things I wanted to update you on. You know, in that new brand, right before you left Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
We left Monday.
So you left Tuesday. We got a product in stock.
You want me to go like that?
Well,
No.
I guess when you were right about the time that you were getting on the plane, it went into reserve status on Amazon. We're playing with something new that lets us actually take some pre-orders. And in the pre-order stage, so before it's actually in inventory at Amazon, we were able to sell almost 50 units over the last 3 days. We have 100 of those units officially checked in now. And so we can actually take it out of pre-order and make it live if we want to. But because of the way that we're running that promo, we're actually going to be running that pre-order through tonight. And we're going to send a last call email to that list and let them know that the 50% off that we're giving them, because it's a pre-order, is expiring tonight at midnight. And we'll pull that discount down, and then that product is going to go live. The second new product in that brand, so product number 5, actually landed in South Carolina yesterday and is already on its way into Amazon warehouses. That is also in pre-order status as of an hour ago. So we're going to start. I created a promo code for that. We're going to have there's 20 units right now that are eligible for pre-order. So as soon as that promo code goes live, we're going to figure out how we want to actually market to that. Since we did just launch another product and we used our email list, I don't know. We haven't quite discussed what we're going to do with that yet. So I'm sure we'll talk about that. And then product number 3, the kind of easier product, you probably know which one I'm talking about.
Yep.
So product number 6, I guess, in that new brand, also landed yesterday and I believe is on its way into Amazon as well. So we've had 3 products since you left land and start making their way into Amazon. It's been a little bit of an interesting week because you're in Mexico. Half of my team, or 3/4 of my team, half of my team, I guess technically, is in Fiji. Another person on my team just had twins, so it's me running all of that stuff and all the stuff we're doing together. It's been a blast of a week. I've gotten a lot done, but I feel like I'm not moving anywhere. Have you ever had one of those weeks? Like, I've done. Oh yeah. I feel like I've done nothing, but then I do. It's almost like you're rambling all this stuff off. It sounds like I've done a lot.
It's kind of like you feel like you're treading in like quicksand because you're not really going anywhere, but you are getting things done. And I mean, honestly, you know, I think having that stuff being sent in on the fly and you know, being able to actually, I think, see all those different products going in there at different times. And I think the challenge that we're running into, though, again, going back to the launch of these, is like we don't want to over email our list. But then there's some other ways that we've done it. We've done it in the past with Facebook Live. We've done it where now we're doing that pre-order. Chris, before we kind of go any further, how many right now then are basically have ordered pre-order, like have put in their order to buy?
We did, I think it was just over 40. It was somewhere between 40 and 50 over the last 3 days.
So we have about 40 or 50 people that have already bought it pretty much, and when it goes live, it'll trigger as a sale.
Well, so the sales seem to already have counted. I don't know if you remember me telling you on Wednesday, we were in the top 8,000 BSR. We were the #1 new release, and you couldn't actually get the product shipped to you yet. Yeah. So basically what we did, guys, is we set the product up for pre-order, meaning once it's in reserve status at Amazon, Amazon will actually make that listing live. They just won't ship it until everything's kind of checked in or whatever date.
They'll take their money.
So you don't see the orders. You don't see the orders like in Fetcher or in your order history, but they do actually count. Then on release day, Amazon pays you for that chunk of change. So the way that I've been looking at those orders, and Dom, if you know a different way, Dom, let me know. But the way that I've been looking at those,
I've never did pre-orders, but it's huge. In the every Tuesday is the main release for movies and video games.
Yep.
And shoes are the same way. Everything has pre-order. It's a huge revenue, so the companies get their money up front, and they know how many orders to order. So if they have, you know, 1 million pre-orders for the new Jack Sprat movie, that's what they'll ship into Canada or to the U.S. and they just make that much for pre-orders and then for regular retail launch. So I mean, when I worked for a big electronics company, every Tuesday we had gaming coming in. There's hundreds of pre-orders for big titles. So it's a good way. We've never actually done that, but you know, again, it's a model that could work for sure because you get your money first now, right? You guys are getting paid. It's just not getting shipped.
Right, but we're also going to get that BSR boost.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And, you know, I don't think we would have did this unless the orders were just being checked in. So we're like, well, it's telling us it'll be ready by June 10th. Yeah. So we might as well start letting people know about it and kind of see what happens with doing this.
The only issues if you have delays at customs or your boat, if you're shipping.
No, but these are already being shipped in. We've already done them. We've already touched them. So it's our shipping.
But you could really, I could do orders right now.
Yeah. No, like ours were shipped to our warehouse.
Yeah,
and then we shipped them in. So we were already through customs.
But if you want to,
you did it the other way.
Right now, I've got 7 ASINs that are on a boat, 2 different containers.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to pre-order those.
I could do pre-orders right now if I want, because I might say, and I see a lot of people go to July 10th, and then it's July 30th, and then you make people mad.
And then they're mad.
Yeah.
We don't want to do
But if you know they're at customs already and they're getting ready to clear and they're almost on your way, then that's definitely a good way to do it.
But now, Chris, I've noticed that sales in that new brand have been up. You know, we've been doing pretty well. And I think right now, yesterday I seen it was like, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, it was over 30 units being sold. So I think it was like, you know, 10 or 12 of one, 8, 9 of another.
And that doesn't count the pre-orders.
Exactly. And that doesn't count the pre-order. So I even said to you, I came downstairs, I go, holy crap, we already got like 19 sales and it was like 11 a.m.
Yeah, you're beating open brand at the
point. At one point I was, but then you kind of blew past us because it was like, I think you had like 85 or 90 before we ended up went to bed or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because there's all different ways we can do it. And I know you had talked to people at your meetup, right? Yeah. You had a Toronto.
We just had a quick little
meetup, and there was like 11, 12 people that showed up last minute. Like you told them like at 10 hours, and they're like, then you had 10, 12 people there. And one of the biggest things they were struggling with was like, okay, you know, Scott and Chris and you got time to talk about all these different ways. And it's like, you know, I just don't know which is the right way. It's like, they all work. Yeah. What's the ultimate goal? Sales.
Sales, yeah.
Right? So how do you get sales? There's a variety of ways.
For sure.
So get sales.
But the easy way to handle that question is you guys are doing different models for each of your launches. That's how you know.
Yeah, you mix it up.
And then once you're
that's
at 10,
why
12,
we're doing that.
you'll know,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
You're trying to, and you could change back and forth. Maybe you want to do 1 for 2, and we do that all the time. I mean, I've got a process down. I've been doing it for a long time. I've never did pre-orders. Maybe a pre-order is a better way to do it. We basically do the same launch.
I don't think it's a better way.
No.
I think for us, honestly, we're doing it because we want to test it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And it's like you don't want to overuse all the different ways.
That's right. Yeah,
it gives you versatility.
Listen,
right?
It's much better than giving away 100 things, 200 things a day for 5 days in a row. Whatever model you
Right, it
use.
just mixes it up.
Yeah, but and this actually proves the fact that what I've been telling lots of people now, again, people are saying it's dead. We know, we talk about that every time. It can't get in, it's oversaturated. Look, you guys are 3, 4, 5 ASINs in already. You see, you got 30, 40, 50 sales already a day because you have a lot of ASINs. If you try to just release one of those products, right?
Oh, when was that? It was probably we're talking
3
probably
weeks
around.
ago?
No, it was about 5, 6 weeks ago now, I think.
But it's still good to be at 30, and it's because you have ASINs. And then 2 months from now, you'll be at 60, 70 a day because you have.
We're hoping.
Yeah, well.
But again, like you said to me last night at dinner, we were talking. It's funny, guys. Like we're here on vacation technically, but yet we're also here on business, right? We're him and I are here. We got Jimmy the Shark here.
Yeah, Jimmy the Shark's here.
Jimmy the Shark.
Jimmy the Shark
was actually here.
Look at that beard.
Look at that guy. I don't know if you can see him back there. It's a little dark, but Jimmy the Shark is over there. So you probably couldn't see it. It's a little dark.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you might get in frame after. But so we're here on business technically, but we're also enjoying some time that we have here. What was my point? Oh, that basically it's like, the more stuff that you have out there, that you spread it out, right? It's wider net, not a deep, right? You don't go with deep with one product. Right. And the thing with that is, excuse me.
Here,
a little mojito.
Mojito, come here, my friend. Look at this guy. Roberto, he's live. TAS.
Roberto. Yeah. Look at you're on Facebook Live right now, brother.
Live. Hundreds of viewers watching.
Say hello to everybody.
Hola.
Hola. TAS Mexico. Just in case you didn't know we were here, guys.
So, excuse me. So, my point is, you were like, you know what, Scott? You're gonna launch 10 SKUs, and you're gonna have some that are gonna do really well, and some that are just gonna be trickle of sales. And it's okay.
They're just entry points to get people in.
And we've got one right now that we're launching. One of the pre-order one is a product that gets a ton of sales. It's not even that much more competitive, but it's a lower price point. It's like between $15 and $17, right? And we know that our margin isn't going to be there, but we have more volume of sales. So we want to just get volume of sales there to lead people into our other products.
But that's how we talked before. It's also going to bring your average sale because they're not going to go outside of your brand now.
Right.
Because you have everything that they need.
Right.
So until the frequently bought together will be 2 year things.
Right.
You're not forcing them to go to someone else to buy something else because you don't have it in stock.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, Chris, is there any questions? Anybody have any questions yet?
The only question
I want to go ahead and
go for it. I see 2 quick questions. One is, how do you set up a pre-order? So the way that we're doing pre-orders is there's actually a field called, what is it called? I'll find the name of it here for you guys. On the fly. I believe it's product availability date. Something
That's right.
like
There's
that.
a little calendar there. Yeah, and the vital information, isn't there? The next one over.
It's in the
bottom.
offers
Where the sales
it's the
are.
Release
Sales
date.
start date. Release date.
Release date. It is directly beneath your seller SKU in your offer tab. And if you have inventory units shipped in and it's in reserved status, and that's what I noticed, it may kick in a little sooner than that, but what I noticed is once it kicks into reserved status at Amazon, that's when it enables the pre-order. So Amazon knows that they're going to have them in stock. That way they don't oversell, they don't overpromise and underdeliver. They're doing all of that stuff for you. But what it basically does is it's buying us 4 to 5 extra days where we can sell. We can sell 4 to 5 days sooner than we would be able to otherwise. So all we're doing is kicking that field on. It gives us a pre-order button. And then on the listing, so our first product that we did this with is going to be available tomorrow. That was the estimated in-stock date. So that's when we set the release date for. There's actually 100 units checked in right now. But what Amazon did was on Tuesday, they enabled us the ability to actually start selling those units via the pre-sale. And just on the listing, all it says is pre-order, and then it says item will be released on June 10th or whatever, right? And so what that tells the person when they go to buy it is that it won't ship today. It's going to ship on June 10th. They know that going in. Since we have our own audience, we let them know that as well. We said, look, it's not going to ship until the 10th, but we're going to give you 50% off because it is a pre-order. It's not in stock yet. We want you guys to be the first people to get your hands on it. So if you pre-order it, you're going to get 50% off. When it gets into stock and it's no longer on pre-order, it's going to go back to regular price. So if you want it then, you can get it that way as well. So all you have
Chris,
to do is set the
let me
release
ask you,
date, and it'll enable that for you.
let me ask you a question. This is, again, I always talk about this, Dom. It's like if we're sitting here, if we were Skyping right now without anybody listening, this is what we're going to be doing, right? Like we're talking like this. So this is Chris, this is our Skype conversation that no one's listening to except for everyone that's on Facebook. What was our open rate? Because I haven't heard that yet for our email that we sent out.
Well, the first
and then what
one
was our click?
we sent at like 6 p.m., remember? Because it was, we didn't get stocked in until the end of the afternoon. I think that was right around 20%, which is actually on the lower side for us.
But it's still great in the industry. In industry
Right.
standards is like 15%, so we're at like 20%. We're like it's okay, but it could have been the time that you delivered or you sent it, whatever. So okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it was 19.4%, and
Okay.
we did 2.1% click through, which is pretty good.
Okay.
But
That's
to
pretty
me, I think the
That
reason
was in a PS
lower,
though, too, wasn't it?
Yeah. So,
Okay. Talk
So
about that though, really quickly. I think that's important.
so how we actually framed that email, you mean?
Yeah, how you frame the email and just that we didn't pitch that email. It was more or less like, here's a piece of content and oh, P.S. by the way, we've got something that you guys might be interested in.
Right. So what we did was we created a piece of content that featured the product, right? So we gave our list that content and then, signed off the email. Thanks, Chris, chief garlic enthusiast, whatever that is. And then P.S., if you want the thing that we're using in the video, click here to get it. If you want 50% off before it goes live, use this promo code, right? That's all we did.
Right.
And we were able to
Right.
generate a bunch of sales that way. And then we also told our Facebook audience about it. We generated some sales that way as well. Now, what we're going to do tonight is we're actually going to resend to that list with a much more direct offer, just letting them know that it is expiring tonight. So if they want it, they should grab it now for 50% off. And I'm expecting to see a good jump in sales from that as well. And we've done that in the past with that list, and it's resulted in that same exact.
When is that email going out?
About 20 minutes after we get off here.
Good. All right.
So, well, that'll go out mid-afternoon.
That'll do well.
Typically when we hit that list.
I was going to say that'll do well again because it's scarcity, right? There's a scarcity in there, and the scarcity is basically, listen, the offer's going to go away. Go ahead and grab it. And people get busy. You got to understand that. I mean, I always go back to my wife, right? She shops at Kohl's or Belk, right? And you get these like $10 vouchers that if you spend $50, you get $10, but it expires. She's always waiting to the last minute. She's like, oh, I got to go out at 6:30 at night after dinner, and I got to go and get my $10 Kohl's cash, because I'm going to lose it. It's the same thing. They didn't even remind her. If she got an email to remind her or a notification, it'd be even more direct, and people would then rush to the store. It's the same thing. We just get busy in our lives, and we have to, be reminded, and that's what our email is. And we're not like hitting them over the head. We're just basically saying like, hey, just a reminder, let you know this thing goes away, and maybe in the PS there, it's, oh yeah, and then here's the piece of content that we did, before or whatever.
And what I'll probably do
what was
in
our
that PS is actually a different piece of content. Right. Because we're creating content for this audience all the time. So, hey, if you want to, if you want to do this weekend, it would be really cool. Go ahead and do that. And that way you're providing some value still there as well. So, Scott, a little on the fly strategy tactics, since we have that second product that is available for pre-order as of 20 minutes ago, do you think it's wise to still do that expiration email, or should we try to push the new product that's available for pre-order? Since you know those two products, which one, the product that was in there now and the product that we've kind of been waiting on for the longest time, which one do you actually think is more deserving of that effort in terms of, expending some of that capital that we've built up with these people by providing value? Does it make more sense? And I have my opinion on this, but I want to get yours first. Does it make more sense to kind of close out that other offer and then figure out a different way to promote product B? Yeah. Or should we promote product B since we know that has more demand?
Well, does product B have more demand though? I don't think it really does. I think that the one that we're talking about, if we're talking about the same one, the one that we're already running pre-orders for, I think that has a ton of demand. So I would say I'd like to close that out and give everything we have, so we have the best shot at getting page one. And then from there, we can, devise, the current next step for, the next product that's brand new to market. And that could just be aggressive pay-per-click.
Right, and that to me, I think, makes the most sense, and that's the direction I was going. That's kind of my opinion.
Good, so we agree.
Well, yeah, and I was hoping you'd disagree with me, because that always is entertaining. It's usually Dom that disagrees with me, but mostly about
I would say
soccer players.
That's true. I would stick with A first.
It's one of those things.
You haven't pumped it enough.
Right.
Where we get
you can do B later. I mean,
and it's a question, Scott, that you and I kind of get all the time. And it's, I have these two things coming in back to back. Like, do I split my effort? Where are you, where do I focus my time? And it's one of the reasons we generally tell people not to try to launch a bunch of products back to back to back. Because you want to build the base of each product before you move on to the next one. In our case, we've been sourcing these 6 products for a few months. And just like with the first 3, they all kind of came together. This one, product B that we've been talking about, is the one that we started sourcing like almost originally, right? I mean, it was the second product that we looked at, and it just took a while to get. The other ones all just kind of landed, and so it's been in process. So we don't want to get distracted and forget where we were going with the products just because they're landing in rapid succession. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, makes total sense.
But I mean, like we talked about that last week. We also have a team together that can help and do lots of stuff. So everyone's focus doesn't have to be on the same thing. We're not here, so you can still keep the focus on the stuff. If you're on vacation and you're bringing stuff in, and you're one person, like most people are, you're not going to be able to launch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products at once.
Well, again, but we didn't launch them all at once. This has been over the course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I am glad that you're not here in Mexico for just that reason. But I wish you were here just to kind of hang out with us. But
you don't have to release a lot just because we're on video.
I mean, if you were buying these US, if everything was US purchased, 4, 5, 6 SKUs, ASINs, I can understand. But you guys are, we're still importing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ASINs at once, and it's not full variations. No, like there's plus variations. You guys we're just giving you the 6 main ASINs. There's still variations on all that stuff, but the strategy to have 6 strategies in place to do 6 different ASINs is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Right.
We got a couple questions coming in. I see one from Bill Young. He says, to have a low competition launch, when you're looking at competition, guys, is it really just having to do with the number of reviews, or do you consider the number of people that are selling the same product or a similar product on all pages of Amazon? My kind of gut feeling on this is I don't really consider the number of people selling. Like if it says there's 800 listings for a product, that doesn't factor into my launch strategy as much as it does to say, here's the number of sales that I need to get to page 1 and kind of the average number of reviews that those people have. Is that kind of the same way that you guys look at that?
Go ahead, Dom. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know if he means that when I look at a product, should I worry about all the reviews or should I look at how many pages or how many sellers?
Well, that's what he's saying. So let's say you find a product, okay, and it's got 10 pages of competitors.
Yeah.
But on page 1, there's and they're selling, let's say 300 a month or 600 a month in that range, but they have a low number of reviews on page 1. Is that pretty much what you look at, or do you care that there's 10 pages?
Well, I mean, at this point, the way we're doing the open brand is when I type in our main keywords, I like to see only 9 pages, 10 pages, 12 pages. You know what I'm saying?
That's still a lot, though.
Well, most are 320. Like,
but what if you seen on page 1, everyone had over 500 reviews?
Yeah, I wouldn't go for it.
And that's what I think he's asking.
Yeah, I would.
So you're not really concerned so much of how many pages. You're worried how many reviews am I going to have to go up against, because that's going to show how competitive it is.
Well, I think they kind of go hand in hand, though, Scott. If you're in a non-competitive market, you're not going to have a lot of companies with a lot of reviews. I mean, typically it's going to be 25, 50, 110, 120, and there's going to be like 6 guys.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's what we're looking for. Now, we do have some stuff where there's one guy has 1,100 and everyone else has 50 or 60, but there's still only 6 guys. So
but then that's the question. The guy that has 1,100
reviews,
owns
the market.
Well, he owns the market, but is there enough other sales that he's not getting that's worth it for me to get in there?
If it's not your first product, for sure.
No, if it's not your first, it's an accessory.
If it's part of your brand, or if it's something where we can get 10 sales a day and he's doing 30, I'm good.
Okay.
But if you're launching it and you want to do 30 a day, you're gonna have to do 40 to beat him. Right. So, I mean, again, as soon as I see 500 reviews, 500, 608, 1,011, I just turn the page.
Right.
But before even doing that research, as soon as I put my keywords in, the less amount is like, I love putting a keyword in. If I only see 8 pages, I'm like, oh, that's good.
Okay.
And then the first 17 listings, maybe there's like 6 guys and the rest are all, they just happen to have that keyword in their title as part of their product, like bench press. and then I'll go by then. I'll look at it, and then I'll run the numbers,
Okay.
like the Jungle Scout numbers, to see
Mhm.
kind of, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
But as soon as like a fidget spinner, forget it. You're going to be saturating everything. There's going to be a million things.
Let me ask you. Let's talk about the fidget spinner for a minute.
Let's finish now, but
Okay, so again,
Because apparently it's a
something
weapon.
like
yeah.
well,
It
okay,
is.
yeah, and so anyone that hasn't heard this, like the fidget spinner, that was the hot thing, right? There's people that went into that market.
They make some money.
One kid just choked on like a ball bearing out of the thing, so that was the first issue. The second issue was now people are using them as like little kids are using them as weapons, like a Chinese star type weapon.
Sure.
So Amazon pulled like over 1,000 listings
Same with the
overnight.
electric scooters, the same type of thing.
Same thing. Let me ask you.
Hoverboards.
So let me ask you something. When you heard about the fidget spinner,
Yeah.
did you even have any thought to go into that market?
No,
Why?
Because I knew that the overseas Asian community, the wholesalers would be just jamming them right away.
Okay.
Right.
So you just said no.
No.
Okay. And I'm going to tell you something. My son came to me with the cube,
Yep.
the little cube thing,
They're there
the
too.
fidget cube thing.
Same thing.
And he's like, Dad, these are cool. They're
Yeah.
selling them for like $25, $30. And you know what I
Yeah.
told him? It's going to only take a matter of time,
Yeah.
and people are going to jump in, and they're going to be like $5. How much are they selling for now?
$2.99. Nothing. Even the spinners, $2.99 free ship out. And the easiest way to find out that stuff too, go to eBay, type it in. If you see it got 100
But-
guys from China or Hong Kong.
But now
you
some
already know
people would
it's
say,
over.
well, I don't care. I'm just going to go in there, and
Yeah.
I'm going to grab
Good luck.
some sales. But what's going to happen is you're going to get stuck with 1,000 units. Like they pull you, like happened here. Everyone
Yeah.
that has fidget spinners now, what are they going to do?
First of all, they're not going to be able to compete because they won't even have them landed for.
But so what happens
You know.
now with these guys that have 1,000 fidget spinners in their
They have
warehouse?
to field destroy them or bring them back.
So what are they going to do when they bring them back?
Sell them at their yard sales, put them on Kijiji, Craigslist, eBay.
Right.
I mean, whatever. I mean, if you got in fast, I mean, these are trends. These are really fast growing trends that you try to make your money. The first, 100 guys in are going to make money. 50, top 25 are going to make lots of money.
Yeah.
Then everyone says, now forget it. It doesn't matter. There's tons of those trends like that.
But
So it's,
Dom,
again, if you want to make quick money, but you got to build a business on that. I mean,
So
I
here's
could
a
throw
good
it in our
question.
open brand and make money, but
what's the difference between a trend like the trends you jump on in the open brand, because that is how you found some of those products,
yeah.
and a trend like fidget spinners? Is there a way to tell the difference?
Yeah. You know
Up
how you
front.
tell the difference? You know how you tell the difference?
Oh, wait a minute.
Here's the nugget. You know
I
how
don't
you tell?
How can you tell the difference?
You can do that? You know how you tell, Chris? Is if there's a major brand involved.
Okay.
That's my thing.
Okay.
I just gave you a $1,000 nugget there.
You just heard it here.
That's how
$1,000
you know.
nugget right there. Say that again. How do you know that that's probably not going to be a good trend to jump in on?
If there's not a brand name associated. Do you see any Hasbro spinners? Do you see any Fisher Price spinners? You sure don't, because they know they're not getting involved in that. They don't want
Okay.
lawsuits. That's how you know, guys.
Okay. Well, that's a good tip. Well, I think a perfect example is we kind of are in on a little bit of a trend.
Yeah.
In one of the products in the open brand.
For sure. Probably
And
two.
that's exactly
And
what I
that
brought up.
that one product, if you want to be honest here, I'm going to give you guys an honest discussion that we had. We're sourcing them U.S.
Yeah, U.S. Yeah.
We could source them China side.
Yeah.
We may still do
I
that.
might still do that. We're
But
at the
what have
point
you
now
said?
that-
But what did you say to me?
Well, I said I don't
know.
I don't want. Yeah.
I don't want to get stuck with
Yeah, we don't want to get.
1,500, 2,000 units because right now I can order
Yeah.
250, 500 if I want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
oh,
rough.
look at it. Scotty just showed up.
Junior.
Junior.
action, man.
Wait.
Take action.
No
Take
shirt.
action.
No shirt. No socks. No service.
That's right. Jimmy got kicked out. He couldn't
What's
eat dinner
going
last
on?
night. He came in with no shirt on.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a tidbit. We didn't want to order that. We sourced those U.S. because there's still a lot of margins on it.
Yeah.
I mean, really, we could shave off $2, $3 if we sourced them overseas. But I don't want to. The problem is we order by the container.
Hey, time out for a second. You need something?
Yeah, sure. Look at this. Strawberry daiquiri, my friend.
I'll take one more mojito.
Look at that. Sorry,
Please.
man. We're here to have fun. What Scott meant earlier is we're actually here for our pleasure. And we were talking a little business. I think we said we came here for business. A little pleasure earlier.
Yeah, but you know what? If you wanted to look at how much percentage of that we talked about
Oh, yeah.
business and we masterminded
It's
a
got to be
little
at
bit,
least 50-50.
like we're gonna leave here probably with other things that we're gonna be doing.
right.
That's gonna lead to more stuff in the business.
What we're not paying attention to right now is that our wives are either at the pool listening to this, because I know they opened up the Facebook page,
Yeah.
or they're at the shopping mall with their own credit cards, not ours.
Yeah.
Our business cards, so they can buy whatever they want right now.
Hey, all right. So fidget spinners, let's put that to rest. But
Yeah,
I think it's a good lesson. And it's funny. Same thing with the watermelon cutter.
Slicer.
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
there.
yeah.
my slicer. My daughter came to me with that.
The swirlies.
And I told her, no.
The swirly peeler thing.
It's too easy. And it's trendy, and it's also seasonal. And I said, it's so small and so easy to replicate that what's going to happen is someone's going to get in on it, and then everyone's going to copy, and they're going to drive the price down to $5.
Like I said, as soon as you start typing your keywords, you start seeing X-Jing Co. and King Jong Ko's and all these overseas overseas Asian sellers.
Yeah.
You just got to stay out of it because they're gonna compete against each other. Like I said, I saw those fidget spinners and cubes like at $2.99 free shipping. I don't even know how they do it. I mean, it costs you $4 or $5 for FBA fees.
Are you willing to say the other one that you almost did, that we almost did, and we kind of backed out of it?
Do it. I backed out of it because it's just not a market, and again, not a name brand. So yeah.
You okay with that?
Yeah,
that's
fine.
That?
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead if you want.
Those squishy toys that all the kids, all the raves going about right now. The kids with, even my daughter, it's like, there's squishies. There's different densities and different softnesses and squishies, and they have little faces on them.
They're called squishy Kiwanis.
And you get like a little bag of them, and they're like, I think you can source them for like $2-3, and they sell they were selling for like $20.
They were, yeah.
And now they're what? How much they selling for now?
Oh, now you get $2.99, $1.99. They're crazy. I mean, we would have been a first to market too, but I knew what was going to happen as soon as I started seeing the overseas guy, because they just released them to sell all the trade companies.
Yeah. So again, it's not that we don't get tempted with these things, but you're also got to be a little bit more careful because there's not really
our buddy's here.
We've got a Cody here. There's the Cody. These Cody creatures down here in Mexico, they're they're in between a raccoon and
an anteater.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
It's cool looking though.
We got a shark too.
The shark's here.
The shark's here.
So trend products, you got to be careful. I would have been one of the first to markets with it because I knew the trend was about a year ago. But I mean, it would have been. I would have had 8 SKUs, and I would have been 10,000 deep into each units, and I would have been stuck with them now. Right. So.
Hey Chris, before we keep moving on here, anybody have any questions? Pop them in the comments. Let us know that you're here. Let us know that you're digging this content.
Look.
Oh, there's a gecko. He's gonna go get a gecko. I think he just got lunch.
Oh man, we're gonna show that live.
He just went after that thing. There was a gecko just ran out, and then that Cody thing just went after him like a raccoon. That was cool. He got away. Gecko got away.
Good thing.
Gecko lives. If you guys got any questions, let us know. We are here in Mexico. Dom and I, my family, his family. We're gonna probably be recording a podcast or two here as well.
Papa V's here too.
Papa V's here. We might even do
the Great White.
Great White is here.
Jimmy's parents.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, Jimmy's father's got a name now. We call him the Great White. He's got whitish hair, so now he's part of the shark family, so he's the Great White. Dom came up with that, of course. Gracias.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Anyway, if you guys got any questions, it seems like there's a bunch of people jumping on though. We're doing well here with numbers. So guys, if you have any questions, put them in there. The other thing I want to say, Chris, can I rant for just maybe 2 seconds? You're cool with that? There's people in our community that are helping. There's some really good people in the Amazon e-commerce space. Steve Chu, good people, right? Pumping out content, helping people, genuinely helping people. When we went to Seller Labs, I know you weren't there. Next year you'll probably be there. Just great people, and I learned a ton from just listening to people and where they are in their business and where we all are in a business. But the one thing that I think annoys me is that the people that are in our space that are so-called, influencers trying to help people, right? They help people for a certain amount of time and then they go away. I want people to understand that I'm in here for the long haul. I'm in the business. I'm in the trenches. You're in the trenches. Chris is in the trenches. We're all in the trenches, right? Yeah. And I'm going to keep coming back, whether you buy something from us or not. This is what we do. You're just happening to kind of listen in on our conversations and also kind of follow along on the play-by-play. Yeah. Everything's not going to be perfect. Everything's not going to work. I'm not going to sit here. I mean, we can sit here and pump your numbers and say, multi-million-dollar numbers, right? But why? Right?
We never talk about
it's like you were saying last night. We were talking. Everybody talks gross numbers. $2.7 million. What's the net? What did you put in your pocket? Yeah. Right? And that's what people don't talk. It's not sexy, right? We had another guy. I'm not going to mention his name. Just insane. It just irks me because going after these high numbers to try to pump people that this is an easy business. Is this an easy business? Easy. No. There's always struggles, right?
There's always struggles. Again, I've already said a long time in with one.
Is opening a brick and mortar store easy?
It's very difficult. A lot harder than this.
Right, but it's still it's a good business.
Yeah.
Right? right?
Yeah.
So my rant here, and I'm going to end right here, but I needed to say, because you and I have been having a lot of conversations about this.
Yeah.
It's like, I honestly, genuinely want to help people because I know what it can do for people. I've been at this for over 15 years. You've been at this for over 15 years, and I'm not just in the e-commerce. I've been in the brick and mortar space. You've been in the brick and mortar, retail. I've been in client work, all of that stuff. It takes time to get here. It's patience to get here. You and I talked a little bit the other night about patience.
Yeah.
Right? We're all impatient as entrepreneurs. Yeah. It's just normal. Yeah. Right?
Everybody wants the big hit. Though,
everybody
right?
wants the big hit. They want the home run. They want to swing from the, I always call it swinging from the heels. So anyway, I just want to let people know that, we're here to help you. We're here in Mexico, connecting. Chris is taking time out of his day. We're taking time out of our day. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. Yeah. We're going to do our best to answer them, and then we're going to get back to the pool. Yeah. Right?
I mean, that's why we don't talk about numbers at all, like big numbers. Scott could have this podcast jam with tons of guys, big corporations, guys that are doing 2, 3, 4 million. But
I have a guy right now that I can interview, which I probably will. But
I don't even like to hear that stuff.
It's an 8-figure business.
Yeah, massive, huge.
But like his margins are like 8%. Yeah. But it's still an 8-figure business.
Sure. Yeah, it's big, but you know what? It's not realistic. I like hearing the guys doing 15,000, the guys that went from 1,000 a month to 5,000. That's realistic. They're paying their car payment.
I think that's a good thing. In the comments, if you guys are here, in the comments, put in there what would be the number. Mm-hmm. What would be the number? And I actually talked to someone here. Yep. I'm not going to mention who it was. And we were talking about they want to get out of their job.
Yep.
I'm like, well, what's the number? What's the number you need to make to get out of your job? So what's the number? Put the number in the comments. What's the number that you would have to put in your pocket every single month to get out of your current situation, if that's what you're after?
Sure. Yeah.
Or maybe it's a side hustle.
Yeah.
If you're in a side hustle, what's the side hustle money that you would want to make in your pocket? Cash in your pocket, what would that number be? Yeah. If you can get clear with that number, then you have a target. Yeah. If you don't have a target, you're just kind of blindly out there doing it. And it was actually a great exercise because I led right through the same conversation I would have with everybody here that's watching, thousands of people. I would say, it doesn't matter. The one individual person, what is the number? Yeah. Figure out the number, and then you just go out there and you figure out what's the vehicle that's going to allow you to get to that number.
It's easy targets. I mean, I would think that most of the people that I'll coach or work with, we try to set a number at about 30 to 40,000 a month, so you walk away with about $10,000 to $15,000 a month.
I think that's what a lot of people, 10 to 12 grand
a month.
I mean, think about this. If someone was to make $2,000,
clear now, we're talking
clear a week from their job, that's $8,000 a month.
Yeah.
Right? That's a good living for a lot of people.
You basically need to grow $20,000 to $25,000 a month on 33%, and clear 10,000.
Exactly.
That's it. That's $2,500 a week.
Put that in the comments. I want to see
the number that's coming in from most people that I'm seeing is like 9, 10, 11, 12.
I don't know too many people that make $2,500.
Which puts you in you're not in the 1%, which we hear thrown around, which is $250,000, but it puts you really close to that, especially when you consider the fact that the average American makes somewhere between 50 and 60K, depending on what kind of a survey you look at, right?
So
if you're bringing in $9,000 to $10,000 a month in profit back to your business, it's not unrealistic to get there. You're talking $20,000 to $30,000 depending on your margin, right? Because we typically say we have margins between 30 and 40% depending on the product. So just taking a 30% margin, you would need 30K gross sales to make 10K profit. That is completely achievable. Now, I would not shoot for that in the beginning. I would shoot for getting one product to that 10 by 10 by 1, which gets you, by the way, guys, a third of the way there. That gets you a third of the way there. That gets you to $3,000 or $3,600 if you want to be, a little more goofy about it. $3,000 to $3,600 a month in profit. Then all you have to do is find another one and then another one. That $3,600 gets you a third of the way there. And you can use that money to pay down debt and lower that 10K if that's what you want to do.
I always kind of look at it like, what could one product pay for? A mortgage payment? A car payment? Right?
No.
Try to figure out and try to think about it like that versus I got to go ahead and make $100,000 a month.
That's why I don't get rid of stuff that sells 4 or 5 a day. Right. Most people think that's a waste of time. That's $30,000 a year in your pocket.
Right.
Clear.
Right.
And that's a $12 product,
Right.
you know. So why would you throw it away?
Right.
You're already doing other stuff. So
well, I mean, a perfect example is we did we have a little test brand that we've worked with, and kind of playing around with that. Did over 100,000 last year. So to a lot of people, it's like people are like, oh, I want $100,000 a month. $100,000. That was gross. It was actually like 112 or something, 100 something like that. Maybe it was 103.
Yep.
Netted 33%.
Yep.
So basically $33,000 net in pocket.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Sure.
It's not sexy though, right?
Nah, but it's sexy enough if that's all you're making. If you're making 100,000 and clear.
What if it's a side hustle?
Yeah, side hustle.
I mean, gosh, I remember. I mean, even 10 years ago, for me to say if I can make an extra $2,000 a month, that'd allow me to just feel like I could just breathe, right? Yeah. I could feel a little bit freer. I could go to dinner and not worry about not being able to pay my mortgage. I mean, there was times in my life that, I mean, it's going back to the photography days. We would bank on our fourth quarter, and then we would try to have that money carry us for 3 months until we got busy again. So then you're always constantly thinking, well,
trust me.
You know what I mean? Like, what if business doesn't pick up again?
I had many years when I'd be happy to make $200 in a day at my brick and mortar store.
Oh yeah.
People come in and spend $100, I'd be happier. But even that brand that you're doing, the account that's doing 30,000 clear, it's a skew thing. It's an ASIN thing. You double what you're doing, that's 60,000 a year this year. Right. Double it next year, it's 70,000. Right?
And that's what we're working on.
Without all that effort.
Right.
Yeah. Especially
those are already selling, so you don't have to do the
thing.
research. You just have to replenish what's there and then add to it.
Yeah.
And that's, you're right, Scott, $30K a year, $36,000 a year is not sexy. But if you think about it, that's cash for like a Lexus, right? Like it's not, that's a mid-level car that you could buy in cash every year, or I don't know, a quarter of a house, right? Every year on top of whatever else you're doing. That stuff adds up really quick. And if you're in a job right now, you're in like a 9 to 5, and you have student loans or you have debt or you have any of that other stuff, that 30K extra lets you pay all that stuff down. So that, okay, if your cost of living, Scott, is $6,000 and you have student loans, a car payment, and then rent, would you say it's fair to say that's probably $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month? You're then covering all your bills just with that money, and then you have an extra $3,000 to spend. It's crazy to think about it that way, but that should be the goal when you're starting out. It should not be to completely replace your income. Once you kind of have that taken care of, then you can worry about growing. Like I'm not a fan of saying, I want to do $10 million this year, unless we're doing 5. Right? If we're doing 5, that's a realistic goal. If we're doing 0, it's not. Yes, some people will get there, but the goal is to replace my income in that case, right? Or to pay all of my bills and just live off what I have, right? It shouldn't be to go from 0 to $10 million in a year. There's steps.
I mean,
get to 60,
I don't even
100K your first year, then next year worry about getting to 500K, and then the year after that get to $1 million. Just double it. You don't have to get there immediately to be successful, and that was the whole point behind the 1K fast track when we first started talking about that as a concept. Was how can we help 500 people pay their mortgage? Right, assuming that the average mortgage is somewhere around $1,000, which it seems to be. How can we help 500 people this year pay their mortgage? And that was really the goal. It's not to build billion-dollar companies, because quite frankly, I don't want to run a billion-dollar company. I don't even like having employees, right? But we have some because we have to. It's like
I don't think we have to worry about the billion-dollar companies. I look at it this way.
To me, it's lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, we've said it all the time, though. I've always said since day one now, I'm not a big believer in the bank system. So I release product because of I want to make my margins on the stuff, and I'm happy. I mean, I would never settle for 10% margin on stuff, but sometimes that happens, But you're never gonna put $5,000 in your bank and walk out with $7,500 at the end of the year.
No.
So you got to kind of look. That's the way I look at it. Anytime I release a product, I put $10,000 into it. Hey, if I can make $20,000 off that 10 in a year, the bank's only gonna give me $1,200 on that 10,000 at the end of the year. So
if that,
I mean, it's a win-win.
If that.
Yeah, if that, right? At 2, I don't know what it is.
I think I got like a $13 deposit in my account.
Who cares? So it's a waste of money, right? So I put enough in there to to make everyone happy, and obviously our business accounts, but then everything else I kind of, I just got a few safes around and some storage lockers. Sorry, Fatima, if you're watching this. Just know about all this stuff.
Little known fact. Dom is actually
your
Scrooge
investment.
McDuck.
Yeah.
You just have a swimming pool of coins.
A swimming pool of coins. So you got to look at it that way. You're going to grow. Everything's going to multiply. Like I said, when we started the Open Brand a year ago in September, I think we had our anniversary date, or whatever it was in July, I think, was the Open Brand. So now we're like a year and a half in, or a year whatever in. And it's the same thing. We started off with 5 SKUs and 20 and then 25 and 30. And the more SKUs you have, the more ACs you have, the more money you're going to make. Yeah. Get rid of the dead ones if you think they're really bad and just keep adding them.
And I'm asking this just as a, listener perspective. Has there been products in the Open Brand that you no longer want to pursue?
There's a couple that we let go because they were liquidation and I didn't feel like reordering them.
Okay.
Because I was paying 30 cents for them when we're selling for $10. Now I have to pay $2.50 for them.
Right. So it doesn't make sense now.
You could still, if you want to make $1.50.
If the volume was there, maybe.
It could, but it's really competitive spaces, and we thought, let's just work on something else, right? Yeah. Again, I'm in a different situation because I can release tons of private label stuff if I want to every day when I get these closeouts and liquidations. Right. But the problem is you have to build that brand, you have to build that item, and do PPC, and I just don't want to do it on everything. I get a lot of common stuff. When I type it in, it's like, it's oversaturated, so. But
hey, Chris,
we've dropped a few.
Yeah, well, and I think that was the point, right? There's not like you're not gonna have every product in that.
But we made money on that stuff.
Sure.
I paid 35 cents and I sold it for $10, and we made $2-3 on each one of them times 1,000, 2,000 units, and I took that money, I put it into a real product. Right. So,
Chris, we got any questions in there?
We got a whole bunch of stuff coming in. J. Greg Cook says, "Way to keep it 100. You guys are the real thing." A whole bunch of people again coming in between that like 10 and 15K a month as like that golden number, which is really that's 100% realistic.
That's $130,000 clear.
Right. Not necessarily in the next few months, but over the next year or year and a half or 2 years. That's a completely realistic goal. Megan says, "I'd like to request more tipsy rants from Scott." Okay, thanks, bye. Tony, who we met at Seller Summit. Megan wants more tipsy rants from Scott. She saw you drinking a mojito.
You want more rants, huh? I like ranting, so I can definitely make that happen.
Mojitos, you guys don't.
Mojitos are starting to get in your rant
box. Tony, who we met at Seller Summit, is in the house. She said, "I'm excited to join my first Facebook Live." Tony, what's up?
What's up, Tony?
By the way,
thanks for joining us.
I don't think you know her numbers, and Tony, feel free to yell at me if they're not the same as they were last week. But she was over 10 a day, like the second day that her product was live. So give her a little round of applause here in the Facebook chat. She was rocking it last week. Good. And she committed the cardinal sin of looking at her PPC after one day. So guys,
no, don't do it.
Don't be like Tony.
Dom, don't do that.
PPC.
He's guilty of that. Dom's guilty. He can't let it sit for 2 seconds. Yeah, but I had to arm wrestle him the other day just to get him to not look at his phone.
I've been doing it for 4 years though, checking PPC every day. What are you gonna do?
You're addicted, man. She's live a week as of yesterday, I believe, and she just let me know she did 35 on Monday.
Nice, 35 units. Nuts. That's awesome.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's triple. For sure.
That right there. See now, wait, Chris, hold on. Time out. Small wins, right? Small wins. That's a high five, right? You got a high five. So you guys hear me talk about like those small wins. That's a small win, but it's big. So celebrate those. Feel free. Understand that's a big accomplishment. Getting to 5 sales a day, 10 sales a day.
Big. 35 launch.
You're actually further ahead than a lot of people because they just think about launching. They don't actually launch. All right, go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
They're thinking about
Megan says, "Is there somewhere I can go to find out sales volume differences between the U.S. and other marketplaces?" So you would have to actually go to each of those marketplaces and look. But generally speaking, and Dom, you can jump in on this as well. I would say Canada is about like a tenth. The UK is about 20%. Germany is between 20 and 30%. And Japan is kind of in that same ballpark of what you would see in the U.S. So if you're going to see 10 sales a day in the U.S., you might see 1 or 2 in Canada, 2 or 3 in the U.K., 2 or 3 in Germany. All of those marketplaces are growing, but the U.S.
Where's she located from?
The biggest marketplace.
I mean, if she's a U.S. citizen, I wouldn't even worry about that. That's an issue you don't have to worry about. Yeah. If you have not got a lot of products in Amazon.com, you shouldn't even worry about that. Unless you're already in Canada or Germany and you're in both countries already.
Yeah.
Just concentrate on U.S. That's what I think. Until you got a bunch of aces that you're comfortable with.
Hey guys, do me a favor too. If you guys have the option to share or like or do any of that fun stuff, go ahead and do that. Give us a little love. We'll keep coming back. The TAS Power Hour. You guys can see we're still here, even though we're in Mexico.
And using my data.
And using his data plan.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's going to be a big deal when I get back.
It's okay. Jim butt dialed me this morning when you guys were at the gym. So that's an expensive.
What happened?
Jim butt dialed.
Jim butt dialed me where you guys were working
when we were in
out.
the gym today.
Nice.
Well, I heard all kinds of noises, and I was kind of concerned. And then I saw your Snapchat from Jim.
He said he heard a whole bunch of noises and didn't know what was going on.
Leo wants to know, when is the next TAS meetup in Canada?
I don't know. I guess we're going to have to figure that out. Actually, it might be when I come to town.
Yeah.
I might be coming to town with the family. We might go watch a game, and then we might do a TAS meetup.
Yeah, probably.
We'll have to catch a
probably
Jays
give you a
game
couple
this
of
summer.
Yeah, we're going to do probably
you know what? We should mention, though, TAS North Carolina is going to be happening. And we're going to do an unofficial meetup just outside of Charlotte. It's in a town called Valentine. theamazingseller.com/NC. That'll take you to the event page. Excuse me. I'm dying over here.
So you got the cold from Miami.
I'm just from Fort Lauderdale. I'm still jammed up over here with allergies and stuff.
So TS Canada will probably do before you come back. I have an issue with my warehouse right now. We've changed it over a little bit. So last time Alan Tan from our 1K Fast Track, he basically organized the last minute. So they'll be there. Meetup.com, guys, if you're in Canada. Meetup.com, TAS Canada.
Okay.
You can find that. We'll probably do one, but when Scott, with the family, Scotty Jr. come down, we're probably going to do a baseball game and a soccer game. They're trying to line up the Yankees and the New York Impact or whatever they call it. It's not going to happen, but they'll have to pick one or the other. Might have to see the Baltimore Orioles with the New York team or something. So.
All right. So anyway, just let you guys know that's coming up. That's the 23rd of June.
Yeah.
So once I get back in town, which will be next week, going to get things ready. We've got our workshop, which is going to be an in-person workshop on the 24th. And then the 23rd, though, that Friday, we're going to do a little coffee shop meetup in Valentine, 4 to 8. Already got a bunch of people showing up.
You might have to cap that. It might be full.
I know. I might have to
hurry up,
literally.
guys.
I was going to say you might want to because that coffee shop ain't going to probably let us have as many that'll come.
That's it.
So we want to keep that.
We're not going to have to go to a Walmart parking lot or something. Tailgate.
TAS tailgate party. All right, Chris, what else you got, bud?
Oh, man. Austin says TAS meetup in Minnesota or Wisconsin. We have to do that in the summer, man. We're all trying to stay away from that snow. Yad wants to know, do you guys think it's a good idea to make Game Boy cases, or do you think that's a fad? So I'm assuming, like, for the new Game Boys, right, the 3DS, that kind of stuff. What are your thoughts on that, Dom? Since there's a major brand involved.
Mr. Media Game Boy expert here.
Yeah, I would not suggest it. There's Hyperlink doing it. There's tons of companies. Viva's got I know generic game cases for Game Boy cases. They already have packs of 10, packs of 50. The margins are all right, but I would not suggest it. Now, I mean, there's also the sleeves for the old Nintendos, and there's the video case boxes that for Super Nintendos and N64 games that you just jam them in. I already looked into it. I've been selling video games for over 20 years, and we never released anything for private label because like I said, there's 2-3 major companies in it, and they're very cutthroat. The margins are not very good. The reason why, because they're making them themselves in the U.S., where we're going to have to source them overseas. So by the time you get them shipped, because they're come in cases of 100, they're heavy and stuff. So you can try it, guys. I mean, I don't know the numbers on it. I remember we ran them a long time ago. But unless there's a new system coming out, right? Unless they're like obviously the new retro Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo's coming out. If it's something you can make for that system, a whole case for the actual system itself would be cool. Or I know a lot of people did extension cords for the controllers, because the controllers are really short. They're only like a 2-foot controller.
So like a dongle or something.
Yeah, whatever. Decals for the box. But again, you got to watch copyright, guys. Don't be doing Nintendo decals for the side of the boxes. So
do not make Pokemon
run the
stickers
numbers
for the Game Boy.
Yeah. Well, the problem is you're definitely inviting the Oriental overseas guys. If you go to eBay and you type in Game Boy case, they're $1.99.
Right.
So you got to sell lots of them unless you can do a different variation. So check into it. I would not suggest it personally. I don't. Again, I would have done it already. We don't do any video game stuff because oversaturated. There's too many big third parties involved. So
okay.
Camilla wants to know, I have a
what do you got?
product listed. The boxes are on the way from China to FBA. Small wins.
Small wins.
Can I
Small
still
wins.
expect
Small wins.
Small wins.
Yes.
Can I still expect any troubles with customs asking for a certificate? Stupid question. I just don't know what to expect. So yeah, you can, just because they're on their way doesn't necessarily mean that you won't run into customs issues if you haven't cleared through customs yet. If you haven't ever gone through customs before or done any of that paperwork, that's why I generally suggest, and Scott, I know you kind of feel the same way, that you use DDP shipping terms and make your manufacturer responsible for all of that stuff. Once you've done it once or twice, it's not that scary. It's still kind of annoying to deal with that. And in any case, you can run into some issues, and I know Dom has run into some issues recently with that.
Even without DDP, though, Chris, your agent overseas should know. They do it every day.
Yeah.
They should have it should be seamless for you. If it's not seamless, you need to find, because that's the worst part. It's not seamless. You shouldn't have to worry about all that stuff. You give them your real company name, you do all that stuff, the addresses, they'll take care of everything. Now, it will happen. I've had, exactly, you were going to say, Chris, I've had issues before. But we changed from flying everything to boat to sea. That's what changed everything. So, and by the,
Yeah, but when you're first starting, you're not going to do
no, duty. I would always use DHL, DDP, direct. That's it. They charge you all up front, your duties, your taxes, everything all up front.
Yep.
One last question here before we wrap it up for this Power Hour Mexico edition from Dan Foster. How do you cross-promote a product? Example, selling garlic, then cross-promoting the garlic press with promotions on Amazon. So, guys, this is actually super easy to do. All you do is you actually set up a promotion the same way that you would set up a discount code, but instead of having the discount come off the same product, you have the discount come off a different product. And I'm trying to remember exactly what the name of that setting is. If one of you guys knows off the top of your head, we can do that. Or I can just pull it up on the fly here and tell you which setting you have to change. Since I did just set up a promotion, I'm going to jump in and take a look at that on the fly. But basically, you're still going to do just a percentage off promotion. You go ahead and click create, and then the first line inside of promotions is buyer purchases at least one or more quantities, and then you select the item that they purchased. So in this case, garlic, the same way that you would, but instead of it's the applied to field is what you're going to need to change. Instead of having it apply to the purchased items, you have it apply to a qualifying item, and all you have to do is change that in the drop down, drop in the ASIN, and then that 50% off or 75% off, whatever, will apply. That will actually then show up on your listing right next to the buy box. Now Amazon's actually pushing those promotions, so it'll say, buy one and get 50% off of qualifying products.
Actually, I wanted to bring that up. That's actually a really cool feature, because before, when you were running a promotion, you had to go down and scroll to the promotion tab or area. Now it's in a nice blue color just below the price.
And
I like that.
I didn't even. We haven't done promotions for years.
No, it's
ours
awesome.
has always been set for 4 years.
No, it's awesome because now right below it says special offer kind of thing.
That's a good way to do it.
And it has blue, and it says
confusing, that thing.
Receive 10% off or 25% off when you buy additional, and then you click on it, and then you go to that promotion.
We didn't have a special.
It's right there below the
live broadcast for that. I didn't do that.
No,
ours always say it's 5 off, 10 off, 15 off, 20 off,
and that's
like
that. It's still down below. But now it gives it to you right underneath.
So it's in your back end by where your sales date.
But I'm saying they show it on the front end right below your price.
Okay.
You don't have to scroll down the promotions tab anymore. No. It's there, but they also show it up top.
Sure.
They're starting to show it on the search engine page once it's been redeemed, so you can actually see
I love that.
With one.
I they never did that,
but it basically says like $19.99 and then plus one special offer or something, one additional way that you can purchase it. And honestly, Scott, I looked at the promotions report, and I'm going to look at it again, but typically you were getting a very low redemption on those because people didn't bother to scroll down. And kind of the way that you and I fought against that in the past was we would put an image in that said buy two, get 20% off, right? As like a supporting image. What I'm seeing is a higher redemption percentage, which is exactly what Amazon wants, right? They want higher cart value, which helps us as well, since they've moved that up. So instead of like 1%, I'm seeing like 3 or 4% redemption on that, which is really, really cool because it means we're selling more units. It means we're making more money. And it means that we're more likely to get like frequently bought together and some of those other things that can help you push that additionally as well.
They moved it right up to the price.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
I thought you meant in the back end. Also, in the front end, they had
it shows up above
consumer sees it right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because down at the bottom is horrible. Hideous.
As soon as we get off here, I'll show you.
M6XY555Z0.
No. You'll see.
Too much work.
Yeah.
People are like, I forget.
I'm gonna show Dom after we get off.
Yeah,
Look at this. You're excited, aren't you?
I've been doing it for years. I don't pay. I'm too busy doing PPC all the time.
I know you are. You're looking at your paper.
I'm still waiting for the scroll. I'm still waiting for a PPC campaign to even with the advertising campaign. I still haven't figured that out yet. Still 80% difference. Email them, Chris. Let them know what they.
I got a little stickiness down here from that last drink that someone brought out. Wasn't mine though.
Nice. Scotty V's.
How are we, Chris? Are we good? It seems like we had a pretty good broadcast here today. You got another quick question?
No, I was just gonna say
that
was 1 minute. I know I throw my finger up a lot.
We haven't heard from Bill yet.
No, well, that's because, and I actually helped him set it up yesterday.
He's in his garage.
Bill's newest product is available for pre-order.
Nice.
Say that again.
Bill's newest product is available
for pre-order
as of this morning. And
he's in garage putting FNS on it.
And
nice.
he's ready to rock.
To Bill. I talked to Bill, and he's ready to go.
Bill, if you're there, we're gonna talk to you later on. We just haven't figured out the time yet.
We'll figure out a time. But yeah, we're gonna do a little broadcast here. I brought my little portable mic. I know you got your little portable mic too. We're gonna do a couple of maybe a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Might even get the wives on. I'm gonna try to work that out.
Yeah.
See what happens there.
It'll be tough.
It'll be tough. I think I can make it happen.
We might have to do it at the mall.
At the mall. Yeah, that's right. All right, Chris. Is there anything else, brother?
Hey, do you want to have him say?
Bill says I'm here.
Yeah.
But you're joining us live.
That's true.
Other than Bill letting us know that he is in the house, even though he should be working on.
Bill's in the house. What's up, Bill?
But I'm in his
that
garage.
About wraps it up. So if you guys have any last words of wisdom that you want to drop, do that. And if not, we'll just go ahead and wrap it up.
I'd like to do a cheers.
Yeah.
Like get your glass.
Okay, get my glass.
So we're gonna do cheers to everyone. TAS.
Maybe the shark can grab him.
TAS. Mexico, but just TAS in general.
It's right there.
Want to have him do it?
Yeah. See
if we can get him over here. We're gonna try to do an official Mexican closeout here.
Yeah.
Manuel.
Spanish. No, his name is. What's going on here?
All right. So yeah, what we're gonna do. Really quickly is first off, I just want to say thanks for joining us. Again, we had a little difficulty getting on here, but we're finally here, and we actually got through this entire hour.
It's good.
So the TAS Power Hour. Jimmy the Shark's trying to get our bartender to do a TAS close.
Right here.
Not sure if it's gonna happen.
Gilberto.
What's his name?
Do it? Gilberto, right?
What's your name?
Gilberto. Okay, you tell him.
Gilberto, go ahead. Tell everyone.
Thank you for your
TAS Mexico.
TA in Mexico.
All right. Woo! Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Oh, that was great. That's awesome. Yeah, Facebook Live. Yeah, right now. Internet.
Yeah, good. Online.
Connection hubs. We're doing a hotspot.
Hotspot, yeah.
Through your data plan. So, I just want to say thanks everyone for joining us. I don't know, Dom. I mean, we're still here about 3 more days.
Yeah.
I might just do a random Facebook Live.
Okay, yeah.
And maybe we'll just hop on and see if you guys got any questions, depending on when we can break away from the pool.
Now that I can fit in the screen with you.
Well, I just wanted to say that too. Another thing we haven't officially announced, but my good friend here, Mr. Sugar, is how many pounds are you down, brother?
About 87 pounds.
87 pounds.
This is the last meetup, yeah.
Since the last time that we started this whole thing, right?
February 8th or something.
February 8th. What was it? What happened that you were able to drop 87 pounds? What's the secret weight loss formula?
A lot of focus.
Right?
Focus and
it
motivation.
has a lot. I think it has a lot to do with business.
Yeah.
Well, business is the same idea.
Yeah.
What did you have to do mentally in order to have that happen?
Well, mindset. First of all, I had to have somebody like Scott that was helping me, so I'll be always grateful for that. Changed my life, no matter what comes teaching other people here, 1K and TAS classroom and stuff. But this is a life changer for me because I can enjoy my lifestyle now, where I didn't do that before. I'm here. I'm not embarrassed wearing a tank top. I don't feel out of place. I don't embarrass my family. And
no, you're doing great, brother, man. And I'm so proud of him because all we had a conversation. We dug deep, which we do.
Yeah.
We got to the source. We said, hey, why are we where we are? How do we get to where we want to be? We created a plan. We committed.
Yeah.
You had to do the work. I get a lot of people that come up to me and they're like, Scott, thanks so much for the podcast. You changed my life, yada, yada, yada. And I love that. But they had to do the work.
Yeah.
And you did the work. So I want to personally say I'm proud of you, and I think that it's awesome, and you are well on your way now because you got the mindset and you're in good shape now.
I want to thank you, man, for everything you've done.
Love you, brother.
You know, and all the stuff and you know, the guidance and all that stuff. Sometimes you just need a little push, and the motivation was basically, you know, trying to get in better health so I can enjoy my life and whatever goes down the road for us here for the TAS, you know, TAS brand, and you know, since 2015.
Yeah.
You know? So we don't have the banner today. I was gonna roll it up and bring it, but
you might have went over on the poundage in the luggage bag.
So
but yeah, just again, I think that's, you know, people think in life they're like, you know, it's all about business, and you know what, I get it. Like lifestyle is, you know, your business is creating that lifestyle.
Sure.
But a lot of it has to do with your mindset, your health, your, you know, the way what you're doing in life, and I think you're a perfect example now of like you put your mind to it, you wanted it, you had your why, and now here you are, 87 pounds
lighter.
lighter.
If you put your why as your family, it's pretty simple, actually, to tell you the truth.
For me, it is. Not for everybody,
but for me,
but you know what I mean. Like for some people, it is, and
it doesn't matter how much money we make, because everybody they do their lifestyle based on how much they are, how much the car they drive, how big their house is. Yeah. But you know what? It's no matter what you make, we couldn't enjoy it.
Right.
And I couldn't go on rides at Six Flags.
Right.
I couldn't sit in the seats. I can't sit in an airplane seat with longer than 10 minutes without sweating and having the handles hurt me and stuff. But now this is the first time I wouldn't be able to fly to North Carolina or South Carolina next week.
Right.
Never 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
I'd say I wouldn't do it.
Right.
So
it's life changing.
Open, well, it is life changing.
And you're not you're not fully done either.
No, I'm not even near done.
You know,
I still got
you're about half done.
About half, yeah.
You know,
almost.
But you're feeling good. You got momentum. I always talk about getting Mo in your life, right? From the compound effect. You got Mo in your life, and now you're rolling.
It's not even that too. It's also the biggest thing I'm going to take from it is that, I mean, between myself and obviously you, Scott, and you know our team, it's also motivated the people that are my wife.
Oh yeah.
35,
your life.
35.
Your wife.
35, 40 pounds down.
Your warehouse worker.
Yeah. One of my guys, almost 100 pounds.
Almost lost 100 pounds. We talk about the ripple effect. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's basically what it is. So 250 pounds we've lost basically almost.
It's insane.
You know, with 3 people and a couple here and there.
In 4 months. Insane.
You know. Yeah, in 3 months. Yeah, about 12, 13, 14 weeks. Yeah. But again, it's not the time. Like, we're not the biggest loser. I'm not trying to lose 80 pounds in a week.
You did it slow and steady. I say slow and steady. It's 87 pounds, 3.5 months.
I want a lifestyle change. I don't want to die. I don't want to be on this podcast a year from now and I'm back to where I was.
No.
I want to cut out my carbs for good, my sugars, my bread, my 2,000, 3,000 calories of iced tea every day. Scott's got me hooked on colored water. We call it unsweet tea.
Unsweet tea.
Because we don't get that in Canada.
They're actually making it here for us.
They're making it for us.
They are making us some unsweet tea.
So
we do have a couple mojitos, so we are splurging.
That's what it is. Yeah, just cold tea. But again, listen, I'll be honest. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but you know what? If I can live an extra 20 years, 15 years, you know, out of it, I'll drink as much as I can of that stuff. And again, listen, let's be honest. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I mean, I've eaten cake today and I've had a couple ice creams, but if this would have been old Dom, I would have been full all day going, ugh.
Well, we talked about that though, right?
So
you treated yourself, you cheated a little bit, but as soon as we get out of here, you're back on track.
I'm not gonna listen.
You're not gonna be in there eating 4 sundaes and a whole bunch of bread.
And when I get back, I'm not gonna like, you know what? I gained 5 pounds. I better just quit now.
Yeah.
I got too much involved, and the future's too good. Again, it's gonna help me. Live my lifestyle. Again, you know, I could have had a fancy car years ago. I can't fit in it.
Right.
Can't fit in it.
Right.
Can't fit in a sports car when you're 350 pounds, 380 pounds.
Right.
Nobody. They laugh at you when you go to buy the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They tell right to my face. Even my daughter said to me, Papa, you're too big for that car. She's 4 years old, she told me.
Right.
Like, okay, well, that's a reality check right there.
That's a reality check.
You know, if my daughter notices I'm too big to get in the car. So I'm like, you know, after driving around in a scooter, which I haven't told you at Florida last week, I was embarrassed. Last year.
Yeah.
You know, I was very embarrassed. My family had to walk 10 feet away from me because my wife did do it on purpose. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got these 80-year-old ladies that are 120 pounds scooting by me faster because they don't have the weight on the scooter. I couldn't even keep up on a scooter. I'm like, this got to change, man.
It's a life change, man. Lifestyle, life change. And I just want to let everyone else out know they're like, you know,
we haven't talked about it too much.
We haven't talked about it much at all. And, you know, I think it's for people. I get people that say, Scott, I follow you on Snapchat and I see that you've done T25. I dropped 20 pounds myself, right? Yeah. And people say now I started my own, you know, routine. So for me, it's about helping people with their quality of their life, not just about building their business. So again, well,
that's your different hat though, right? Scott's helping you guys with private label, and I'm helping you guys with 1K Fast Track. But Scott's also helping us with daily life and struggles. It's a lot more than just selling stuff, guys. I mean, we always talk about private label and retail art and all. You know what? That's irrelevant in your life if you're not healthy. You really, to tell you the truth.
It really is.
You know, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of billionaires that are wealthy that have passed away because they've had sicknesses, or musicians that unfortunately they take their own lives because they're addicted to drugs and stuff. So the money really it's irrelevant, to tell you the truth. You know, of course everyone wants to have money, and how wealthy I'm more wealthy now at this rate. No matter, I can give back all my private label companies, all my retail art. I'll be happier now at this way, at this side.
So you're rich in a different way.
Yeah, rich in a different way. I'm just lucky enough I can have both. Right. And again, I would work on this. I'd be a lot happier years ago if I had all this. I probably would have been a lot bigger, company or business, because I was motivated. I mean, I go to the office at that way and I'm just like fall asleep at the desk and just crazy stuff. But I got to thank you and and the Shark, because you got us onto the old Shakeology, guys. I'm telling you, Shakeology, a Fitbit, 10 to 15,000 steps a day, you can lose it.
1,800 calories.
This is not the biggest loser, man. I'm not here with Bob Harper and Jillian Michaels, and I'm not working out, with tires and stuff. I'm just losing 4 to 6 pounds a week. And
I mean, honestly, and I mean, we'll wrap this up. This isn't about like people losing weight, but it was very simple. 1,800 calories, 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah,
that was it. That's the secret formula, right?
That's it.
And committing.
You should have to commit.
You got to commit to it. So, all right, guys, let's let these guys go. I wanted to share that
a little more.
You know what? I think it's okay, because everyone that's hanging on, maybe that'll affect one person.
That's it.
And to me, if I can help one extra person, that's awesome. Yeah. So, Chris, is that it, brother? We good?
That's it.
And I want to say hi to my buddy Yad. He's from Toronto. He's one of my good friends.
Oh, nice.
He used to the guy that asked a question about the GameCube, the Game Boy. He's razzing me.
Oh, okay.
He used to work with us. He's one of my management team when I used to work for the big electronics company. So he's an awesome employee, awesome guy, and he's doing private label now.
Cool.
He's got a high-end job, but he says, "Look, I got some ideas. I want to do it." So he's actually the guy that's got the contact for Bill's stuff.
Oh, okay.
The stuff that Bill needs to go with his product. So. See how it works, right?
Oh, yeah.
My friend, his relatives own something that they produce. They make that stuff. It's just, so
cool.
It's a small world. But yeah, if you're out there, thanks, brother.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Chris, I think that's going to wrap it up.
We got to say hi to the wives, so they're listening.
Are they listening?
Oh, yeah, they got the phone by there. Okay,
really?
Yeah. Mrs. Shark is out there.
Mrs. Shark is out there.
Voelker and Mrs. Sugar is out there listening. And the kids. The kids aren't listening.
The kids
they're not listening.
No. All right, guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up from us here in Mexico. Chris, wish you were here, but I'm glad that you're manning the fort. Thank you. See you guys.
Take action.
Take action. That's right.
I forget that.
I can't forget that. Take action.
Make action.
Make action.
If you're from Montreal, Quebec, you know who you are. You got to make action.